Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shift 3 of Shifted Plate. Big flavor, big protein. For those of you who are new to the Shifted Plate, we are a 16-week, 8-shift program that's intended to help you eat less meat and include more plant-based dishes in your week. We have been running for 2 shifts now. We already have tackled lentils and mastered tofu. And for those of you who are in the program, we are now moving into protein, everyone's favorite macro. If this is brand new to you, please feel free to jump in and join us. I'll show you how to do that as we go through this kickoff session. So, one of the things that we should touch on is how much of a difference this community has been making based on those first 2 shifts. So I mentioned that we've already gone through lentils, we've done tofu. As a result of that and the dishes that you've cooked, we have taken the equivalent of 72 cars off the road, we have conserved 860 bathtubs of water, and we've saved over $300 on our grocery bills together. So pretty impressive results. Let's keep that going. So why protein, you ask? I'm sure that many of you are thinking, when I try a protein or when I try a plant-based meal, a lot of the times the questions that I get, and maybe the questions you have yourself, are around how do you get enough protein? We definitely hear that from people when they are trying to cook some of the plant-based dishes that we're sharing. The other thing is that a lot of times people have this preconceived notion about what a plate would look like, right? You think they've got this big slab of protein, and then along with that, you might have some mashed potatoes, maybe some vegetables, and that's where the protein goes. It's just like that one block of protein. And that's not true. There's protein in everything on your plate. So yes, there is some in those potatoes, there's some in those vegetables. So we'll talk a little bit about where the sources of protein are, and we'll also cover how to maximize the protein in what you are cooking. All of the recipes in this shift have a minimum of 25 grams of protein. Many of them have somewhere between 30 and 35 grams of protein. So you'll get lots of that macro as you're going through this. What we hope is by the end of the shift, you'll have another great go-to recipe in the arsenal of dishes that you're going to cook. There's also a Super Bowl during this shift. So we've included a few dishes that might be good for Super Bowl with friends or family, or even if you're on your own. Now let's have a look at what the shift looks like. I'm going to share my screen. Now, if you've already been following along on the Shifted Plate, you already know this whole first part, which is signing in. But for those of you who are brand new, let's go ahead and sign into the Shifted Plate. Sorry, I lost my screen share there for a minute, so I'm just going to jump back in. There it is. So if you're new to the challenge, we're just going to go ahead and join challenge. It's super easy. I'm going to throw my email in there. It's going to send me a code. I'll get it in my email. And easy peasy. And I go to the platform. And now I'll see the main page for Shift 3. Shift 3. Big flavor, big protein, already mentioned that. And one of the things that we want to note is every shift has a featured recipe, and that's what we've got up at the top here. So we're making a delicious pasta fagioli together, otherwise known as pasta fazool if you don't want to try for the embarrassing Italian accent that I just did. And we usually do this cooking class on the Wednesday of the first week of the shift. So this Wednesday, on February 5th, we'll be doing this dish together at 6 o'clock Eastern. You can go ahead, if you click the join now, it's going to take you over to YouTube. And there you can go ahead and click notify me, and also just throwing it in your calendar will help you remember. Now there's also a shopping list for this pasta fagioli recipe, so you can go ahead and pick everything up so you've got it ready. We do recommend that you do your prep in advance And there is a guide down below on how to make the most of your meal prep and get yourself all set up for shift 3. So go ahead and grab that. And get all ready for shift 3. So here we go. Welcome to shift 3. If you want to pop over to your recipes page, you can see there is our featured recipe. So if you want to go ahead and say, maybe you are joining us on Wednesday, you can go ahead and select that recipe. I'm not going to cook it now because I'm going to go to work for the day, probably you too. But you can click right into this featured recipe. I showed you already where our shopping list is. You can get back there at any time, and you just navigate through here, right, to get all your various, the instructions, your swaps. Anyways, this is a delicious dish. We just made it yesterday, actually, and have some left in the fridge. Wanted to make sure we had everything that we needed to cook for you this Wednesday. It's nice. You can make it spicier if you want it spicier. It's also in excess of 30 grams of protein if you're using the plant-based Parmesan, which we've got a recipe for right within the recipe in a recipe. So enjoy that. And I'm going to stop sharing now. So just a reminder, live cooking class on Wednesday. We'll be making pasta fagioli. And during the course of this shift, you can cook the pasta fagioli, 2 or 3 additional dishes. Pick out what you want to cook on Super Bowl Sunday. And I can't wait to see you on Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. And let's get going in shift 3, big flavor, big protein. You're going to love this one.